chance to eat. And so the teacher goes, well, no. It was their snack. And you know, like you know, every so and so time you get a chance to get a snack, a couple of cookies, and the potato chips. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
they say, okay, you guys keep talking, you won't have no snack time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it was about. It was the snack. And I said, oh, that's totally different than starving my child of lunch.
Right, sure. That's not the main meal to help you get through the day.
And then I go, whoa, wait a minute. We got a problem here. And they were like, what? I said, you know, you guys might not see it, but I think it's imperative that we send the children in the other room. Oh, good point. So they sent the children in the other room. I said, okay, now let's talk about what the problem is.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because so long as that child is there, it lets them see
right. Exactly.
that their parent is going to defend them. And,
right.
And it also forces the parent to take their side, because I got to stand up for my child that's sitting right here. But if you put the child in the other room, the child is not a part of this, then you got a rational conversation to say, okay, what was the issue?
Right.
You know, well, no, we just didn't give them their snack.
Right.
Because they were talking. Another day, my daughter comes home one day, right? My oldest daughter. She was little then. She says, Daddy, they didn't let us have recess or whatever. And she said, because somebody was talking and they should have just punished that person. And I said, but honey, they didn't know who it was. And I said, you know what? She said, well, they asked us who it was. And I'm not going to snitch. I was like, yeah. I said, well, they didn't know who it was. And she was like, but it's not right for everybody to be punished. And I was like, no, but they didn't know who it was. And I swear to God, this is what. So
you don't speak up, you're guilty as they are.
This is me and Debbie sitting there talking to my daughter, right? So I said, Nikki, turn around. And she turned around, and I threw a piece of paper at her, hit her in the head. She said, who did that? I said, I didn't do it. Debbie said, I didn't do it. She said, no, both of y'all. I said, see, that's my point, huh?
Yeah.
I said, that's my point. You don't know who did it, but you point the finger at both of us and told us that
everybody.
We should do it. Right. And she goes, oh. I said, hey, sometimes, you know, you got to...
So then we're like, he did it.
Right.
How you know she didn't do it?
But you know, sometimes we have these kids involved in grown-up situations and just, you know, where they're too young to understand.
The key of it is that people don't understand that children don't have the maturity
grown up mind.
I'm going to say grown-up mind. I'm going to say the maturity.
That's what they have.
Well, the only reason why they think that is because grown-ups give them the latitude, to your point, to think that they're equal.
Right. Listen.
Okay?
Listen.
Not that Mr. So-and-so said this. Now you got some kooks out there who Mr. So-and-so is not even living up to what Mr. So-and-so should be living up to. Okay? Now that's going to skew some kids' perspective and start giving them doubt, but it's still up to the parents' point of view to say, listen, I don't care if the law says you 18 and you could do whatever, blah, blah, blah. You answer to me.
Right.
Because it's not going down like, here is the expectation.
Right, and when you stop, you move out.
Here is the expectation. And this is what you need to do. When kids understand, oh, there's a boundary right here, and this is what I'm expected to do.
Right.
Whether it's above the norm or below, above what the lowest guy, the retarded guy, or whoever can get away with, my parents said, I can't come home with a B. Hey, but don't worry about that. C is passing. You're okay. No. My mother said, don't bring home no C. Now, are you going to be, hey, the teacher says, okay, Mom. My mother said, don't come home with a C. I answered to her, not you. Tiger Woods said, listen, you guys have your expectations, but I got my own. They're much higher than yours. So let's not trip on your heart. He told me to kill your ass, and I got you down.
on the 18 hole.
That's right. I'm a
stretch out.
Earl said I'm a cold-blooded assassin when I'm on the court. That's what my daddy says. Okay.
No,
and you know what?
Said, no, you know what his father said? Son, I named you Tiger for a reason.
That's right.
End the story.
That's right.
What do Tigers do?
But the other part was, I put my son in the belly of the beast, and why he put his son in that situation, and how his son succeeded was what? I don't care about the racism. My daddy is right over there, and he will kick your ass if you mess with me. Because
my daddy just simply told me, you can't stop me. It's just like the dude that was showing me on the video. He said, and you know what I always told him when he was in Pop Warner? I said, yo, they can't stop you. They can't stop you. And his son believes that.
He believed him. He believed him.
All right, they can't stop. Okay. And look, that boy look unstoppable, don't he?
And what drives him?
Hey, that's right.
My daddy said, we came here to win. And there he is, right over there outside the ropes. While I'm playing. He watched every shot I take.
But he said, son, they can't stop you.
Said, son, you got him down, bury him.
That's right.
I got permission.
I got it.
I got permission.
Yep. But now,
if you got kids bereft of that, they don't get that. They don't understand it.
Nope. No.
They don't know what their parents' expectations mean.
So what we're confronted with now is that we have this generation that is really forging our future. And it's becoming our reality. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you, some of them out there are kick-ass kids. Some of them out there, we cannot hold a candlestick to. Because they have been put in a situation where they had to do what they had to do on their own.
Right. Right.
They had to do it themselves.
Yeah.
Man, I got this friend. I just got back in touch with her. Wow, this is 30 years. She was a drug abuser. I talked to this sister, man. She would blow your mind. She will blow your mind. And it's like, wow. It's like, wow. You know, but this is the kind of knowledge that needs to be transferred from generation to that we're just not doing. So sometimes, like all the time that I've known her, I never knew. Well, I knew that her mother died, but I never knew that her mother died when she was 13.
Right.
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 She was 13 years old when her mother died, and she had to, you know, make things for herself.
Right.
She had to make a way for herself. When she went from foster home to foster home. And check this out.
Nobody protects her.
When she was 13, her uncle introduced her to heroin. I'm like, what?
An adult.
And she's totally clean. 13. And she's been doing that in her adulthood.
You know why? That's what I said. That's how much sway. No.
What'd you say?
That's how much sway an adult has on children.
Yeah.
If an adult told you to do something wrong and that it was okay, you would do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Yep.
That's period.
Because it's been sanctioned. Adult said it was okay.
If your parent, the closest adult to you, says, this is what you need to do, and you had consequences to pay if you didn't do that,
right.
Guess what you're going to do?
Honey, can you do me a favor now? Roll that split for me.
Oh, I get that for you, Mom. I've been lighting them since I was 5 years old.
Roll that. Sad reality we're dealing with now.
And especially if you got your ass whooped because it wasn't roll smooth. I got stems in this shit.
I don't know about that.
What's all these stems in?
Yo, I think my cousin's coming too much.
No sticks, no seeds, no stems.
Oh boy. Oh man.
That's the deal. And a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah. Because we have children raising children. This is simple. I'm gonna give my child everything
killing
I
us.
didn't have. I didn't have. I'm gonna make sure my child has. But you're starting them off just like you started off. So you're giving them exactly what you had.
But the point of it was that, you know what? My parents gave me certain
Yeah, I
things.
had enough.
It got me to this point.